Good evening, guys, and thank you for joining me. We've got some ladder content tonight. I figured I would do this now because realistically, with Callus Invitational 4 less than 1 week away, which I am so excited about, I'm really not going to have a lot of time to do ladder games or tournament games other than Callus Invitational. I'm going to be very, very focused and invested in that. So yeah, it's probably now or never. If I don't get it done, it's going to be a hot minute. So we're going to do some ladder games. We're going to do three of them, and there's going to be a little bit of a theme tonight. I'm going to be featuring different people with these stupid Tyranitar nicknames that people have been using on ladder recently. It's so corny and eye-rolly and dumb. I guess that's the point. I don't find the humor, but a lot of the ladder guys do. That's like the latest corny trend on ADV ladder, stupid tower puns for nicknames, and we're going to be showing three of them and seeing how these tower nicknames do in a best of three against random ladder people. Didn't cherry pick these, haven't watched any of them. It's legit just three tower nickname replays that I was able to find. Could go 0-3, could go 3-0, I don't know, but let's find out. First up is Tarler Swift against Christian Church, which is also a terrible pun, if it's even intended to be a pun at all. But regardless, the names are both bad. Here's the game. Tarler Swift on the bottom against Christian Church on the top. We have a Jinx lead and a Flygon. Obviously, Flygon going to get out of the way of that very fast stab Ice Beam, but interesting. Tarler, I'm never going to get over that. I might just start calling him Swift. Gets out of the way as well. Spikes and Mag, respectively. Thunderbolt gets them. Could be Magnet. Maybe it's not. But it's a one-hit KO. Down goes Skarm. So quick advantage top side for Christian. Here comes a Tyranitar looking for a revenge kill. Magneton gets out of the way of a potential Earthquake. Milotic comes in. Fire Blast there. Also would have been good against Mag. Also would have been good against the obvious switch to Skarmory. Neither of those things happen. Milo takes it really well. In comes Jinx, and it is a recover just in case the tower had stayed in. I don't think a special tower is realistically going to stay in very often there. What's it really going to do? HP Grass? And I'm not sure about this play either for Christian. He's going to allow Milotic to get slept. Now, granted, the kind of team that Christian is running, where I envision he has something like a tower and then, I don't know what the last would be, like a Lax or something, or a Meta in the back, probably doesn't have a great switch in. It could be like Tower Blissey or something, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. Are you really maximizing the Magneton? Yeah, there it is a Lax, and I think Tower makes sense. This is a setup I've seen before, used by M-Dragon and used by Fakes a number of years ago. I think it's probably outdated now, but nevertheless, I did recognize the core of this team, and I do think that Jinx is perhaps a difficult Pokemon. I think it's a Pursuit Tower is the last. I think this is a Curse, Rest, EQ, Lax that we're looking at, and I think that is why it just did what it did there. Crunch and EQ respectively, that's a crit which may or may not have mattered. The last one did 49. Don't know how that falls on the damage roll spectrum, but that one did 51, which may or may not have killed without a crit, but the crit obviously helps. So here comes Flygon. The Specs drop is relevant here. The Thunderbolt would absolutely toast him. I hate that Protect. I don't understand that at all. Was he playing around a self-destruct? This is obviously unfamiliarity with the team for Mr. Tarler Swift. As I said, that is not a self-destruct Lax. The team that I'm aware of is Rest, Curse, EQ, Body Slam Lax with Pursuit Tower Lax. I think that Protect is really bad. I think he was baiting a self-destruct that if he knew the team a little better was clearly not going to come. So I think, like I said, that's just lack of experience, lack of expertise, lack of familiarity with the team. Nevertheless, Spikes and Hydro Pump, 42% on the Skarm. Spikes layer number 2 for Christian. And Hydro Pump connects again, 46% this time as opposed to 42. Skarm, obviously, whether it is 42 or 46, will not live another one either way. Spikes layer number 3, and he's going to switch it over to Ice Beam, not wanting to waste another Hydro Pump, not wanting to risk a miss, but Ice Beam actually comes up short. Whether or not that ends up mattering, we'll see. Christian here is going to protect. I would like to see him go to Milotic here, which is very safe against the Swampert. I don't think you let the Skarm go for free. And indeed, he does go to the Milotic here. That comes in on Ice Beam. It should be very safe from Earthquakes as well, because remember, Marvel Scale here with its sleep. Question is, can it wake up on time and get a recover off? But it should at very least kill a sleep turn. And yeah, it actually does wake up, which is the ideal case for Christian, and he gets a recover off, so that was definitely a good sequence for him, securing all 3 layers of those spikes and getting the Milotic awake again. Flygon comes into Zapdos, which I was going to say it hasn't shown its hidden power, but here it is. It is HP Grass. Obviously, Ice would have nailed the Flygon a hell of a lot harder there. And the Flygon, if I recall, is Choice Banded, so this looks like very close to the exact team that I'm familiar with from M-Dragon / Fakes. And like I said, if that's the case, it is a special Tower Last designed to remove Gengar, so the EQ Lax can do its thing, because otherwise it can't touch Gar at all. I don't like staying in there and rock sliding. I think the pert switch is obvious. I think that was a go nowhere turn for Christian. I think he should have tried to anticipate that and get something else in. Might have been a good opportunity to get the Lax in, or certainly the Milo. Skarm, I guess, would have been a nice safe play, because if he gets in on pert, great. And if he gets foddered off against Zapdos that does stay in, oh well. But here's where we end up. We end up with Jynx, which comes in on Toxic against Milo. Christian has the 6-4 advantage here. Last poke's unrevealed for both. Like I said, I know that it's Tower for Christian. Don't know what it is for Tarler Swift. And here comes Tyranitar. Gonna let that be the Lovely Kiss target. Probably fine. Tower might be the weakest link in this case. I don't think it's going to be Last Poke Gengar for Tarler. It could be, but that's not what I'm thinking it is right now. I'm not sure that I love letting the Tara stay and take a beating, but I guess this is actually basically a trade, though, because Jynx does have the Toxic ticking down. Ice Beam and another Sleep Turn. Yeah, I mean, I guess at this point, if you are Christian, you just click Pursuit here, and it's damned if you do, damned if you don't for the Jynx. It would be dead either way, right? Hidden Power is, I guess, Grass. Interesting Jynx set. And here comes Flygon, because of course the Jynx is not going to survive the turn. The problem with going to Flygon is that Tarler Swift can go to Zapdos here, go for Protect, scout exactly what the Flygon's going to do, and then switch. Instead, he goes straight to the Skarm. That's going to prompt a fodder. And it's actually just going to be a switch from Tarler at this point. Not sure on that sequence for either guy, but looks like it's going to work out. Protect just in case, get some lefties, but ultimately the Skarm obviously has no chance against the Zapdos here. We see a 5-3 situation with the last poke still unrevealed for Tarler. Magneton coming in. Sure, I don't think it has too much more use, so why not get it in here, see if you can do something with it before it dies. I expect it to not gain lefties. I think it did have a magnet there, which explains why it killed the Skarm in one shot earlier. Makes sense, since the team does not have a spinner. It does just want to one-hit KO the Skarm and limit it to one lair, not give it an opportunity to get that second lair if at all possible. And now we have Flygon and Zapdos again, but the problem here with it being a Choice Bander is it's going to be locked on whatever it is, and Tarler's going to get a free preview of that. We now know it's Rock Slide, so I think Christian should double switch. Swampert's so obvious here, I would like to see Milo come in, but Christian unable to do that. I think there's been a pretty severe lack of double switches on his end. He kind of looks like just a random ladder guy as opposed to a hardened tournament veteran, not making the plays that he should be making or that a more experienced player might be making to give him the edge in this game. He should have been able to close this out, but I think his lead is actually slipping now, and Tarler Swift is making a pretty good comeback. There's T-Bolt on the Skarm. And what was a 5-3 game at one point is now a much closer 3-3, and two of the pokes, the Milo and the Lax, are both in the 40s for Christian Church, so it's really starting to slip for him, but he once again goes Rock Slide, and he's going to get the flinch on Zapdos, who does not bother scouting it with Protect this time. I think he gave his opponent credit for a double switch that just never came, and now the second Rock Slide is going to take him out, so finally the Zapdos does get donked. And that's going to prompt the last poke from Tarler, which is also a Flygon. Interesting that he has that without Magneton. And Lax is going to be the switch in. Substitute is not what he wanted to see. I think Lax dies to the Earthquake here, so I think the Flygon is very well set up for Tarler. The best case here is that Body Slam pups the sub, but like I said, I don't think the Lax lives. He does not. And now it's going to be just Flygon and Milo. Milo pretty weak here. I don't know if that lives Earthquake either. It depends on the EVs for the Flygon, but he's going to try to survive Earthquake and get a recover off. I think this dies as well, and that is exactly what happens. The comeback is going to be successful for Mr. Tarler Swift, it looks like. Christian Church is... yeah, I mean, he's going to blow a lead, basically. He was ahead for a lot of this game. Felt like he probably should have won, but he was just unable to make any double switches. He repeatedly kept trying to ram the Flygon into the Zapdos that he knows has Protect, and he was never able to capitalize on that. And Taylor Swift took advantage. I don't think that either player played stellar. I think there were mistakes on both sides. I think Tarler clearly did not know the team, was not familiar with the team on the other side, which, like I said, maybe means that he's maybe not an older or more experienced ADV player who's been around the tournament scene for a while. To be fair, it was at least 4-ish years ago when this team was popular that his opponent's using. And Christian Church, I just don't think played very well. I just don't think he made really any double switches throughout the game. It felt like he didn't really know what to do on a lot of turns. He made a couple of questionable switches. Overall, it feels like he just found this team somewhere, or a friend gave it to him, or whatever, and he's just trying it out, which is the point of ladder. I mean, I'm not shitting on him for that, but doesn't really seem like he overly knew what he was doing. Nevertheless, Taylor Swift is going to be the winner here, so that is 1-0 for Team Stupid Tar nicknames. Will it be a 2-0? Will we be evened up? We'll see another Stupid Tar nickname in the next game.